Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's TheSketchMonkey here. Now, Toyota has just unveiled their latest CUV, which is not an SUV, but CUV stands for Crossover Utility Vehicle, which is supposed to be a mix of a hatchback and an SUV. Whenever it comes to modern day car abbreviations, it all becomes a big blur for me. But anyways, in this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the spec and tech of the new 2021 Toyota Venza, and then I want to address the three main issues with this car and how we can fix them. The 2021 Toyota Venza will arrive in Toyota dealerships this summer, and it's built around a new version of the K platform that underpins some of the company's sedans and crossovers. And the idea here is to deliver the best of both worlds: sedan-like driving comfort and CUV versatility. And this seems to be a trend now with car manufacturers to combine different types of cars and kind of mix them into one car. And this particular CUV here, the Toyota Venza, seems to want to be a sedan and a hatchback and an SUV all in one. I'm not sure if that's a problem or not, since that's going to require a test drive, but it's interesting to think about. The Venza comes equipped with the Toyota Hybrid System 2 powertrain and advanced electronic on-demand all-wheel drive, and it's expected to have an estimated 40 miles per gallon combined fuel economy with the LE trim. The 2021 Venza offers room for 5 in a highly maneuverable package. There are a lot of tech focused features, including a 12.3-inch touchscreen display with 9 JBL speakers, 7-inch multi-information display, digital rear view mirror, and a 10-inch color head-up display. That's a pretty big head-up display, and it's color too. 10 inches. Other available features include a star-gazed fixed panoramic glass roof, which is a first for Toyota. We're going to talk more about this later. And heated and ventilated front seats. In addition, it's loaded with safety features and assists, such as full speed range dynamic radar cruise control, lane departure alert with steering assist, which is something I personally cannot stand. It makes me more anxious to have that thing on than have it off, because I'm just sitting there waiting for it to intervene in my driving and take over the steering and kind of annoyingly just nudge the steering wheel to tell me I'm getting too close to the lane. But it's just so annoying, and I always turn that off. It also comes with road sign assist, pre-collision system with a daytime low light vehicle and pedestrian detection. For entertainment and connectivity, the Venza offers Audio Plus as standard on LE and XLE, and premium audio with dynamic navigation and JBL is optional on XLE and standard on Limited. This features a 12.3-inch touchscreen display with controls that can be switched between the driver or front passenger operation. And of course, you also have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Amazon Alexa compatibility, and of course, Bluetooth. So in a first for Toyota here, the 2021 Venza offers an available Stargaze fixed panoramic glass roof, and this is pretty cool actually. The Stargaze technology, it's kind of a glass ceiling that within a touch of a button it either turns into frosted mode or it becomes clear. In the frosted mode, Stargaze brightens the interior while reducing direct sunlight, giving the cabin an even more open, airy, and inviting feeling. It's pretty cool to see this technology being introduced now in more mainstream vehicles. I remember this being a part of very high-end vehicles such as Rolls, I think had it in Bentley and stuff like that, but now we have it in the Toyota CUV. It's pretty cool. So what about the powertrain? Well, the new generation Toyota hybrid system in the Toyota Venza combines a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with 3 electric motors in a compact system, and this gives the Venza a total of 219 horsepower. Now hopefully the electric motors will give the Venza a good push from the get-go with the instant torque, because 219 horsepower, I'm not sure about the size of this car, but it feels like it might not be enough to be competitive. But of course, the 3 electric motors will help with the low-end torque. The 2021 Venza comes standard with Toyota's electric on-demand all-wheel drive. However, the gas engine only powers the front axle, with an electric motor powering the rear when it's necessary. You can only get the 2021 Venza with either 18-inch multi-spoke two-tone alloy wheels or the 19-inch multi-spoke chrome finished alloy wheels. Now, I've said it before, the wrong wheels on a car can completely ruin what would otherwise have been a potentially beautiful design, and that's what I think happened here with the Venza. It kind of reminds me of Gru from Despicable Me. It looks like the Venza has missed too many leg days in the gym. And this is one issue that we're going to come back to and fix, because I think this car deserves it. The Toyota Venza doesn't really take up a lot of space on the outside, yet provides generous space on the inside. Cup holders can accommodate large drink sizes suitable for big American gulp sizes, while the center stack tray is designed to handle the largest iPhone models. There are also additional storage and bottle holders in the doors, so nobody has to worry about where to put their drinks on long road trips. Venza offers 36.3 cubic feet of carrying space behind the second row, and the lithium-ion battery pack is small enough to be installed under the rear seats, so it doesn't really take up any cargo or passenger space. But who cares about any of the spec and tech of the Venza? We want to talk about design here on this channel, so that's exactly what we're going to do now. I want to talk about 3, I don't want to call it problems, but issues that can be solved pretty easily. So the first one we already talked about, and that is the wheels on this car. I think wheels are such an important design piece or feature of any car, and as I said before, if you put the wrong wheels on the wrong car or the wrong package and proportions, it just looks weird, because the wheels are the only connection to the ground, and the wheels needs to make the car look planted. And to me, it doesn't matter what type of car it is. It can be the smallest Toyota Yaris, or it can be a CUV like the Venza here. You still need to have a good solid connection to the ground, and I don't think these wheels here and the rims of the Venza does that for this car, and we're going to change that. Now, I know that the MPG is of course a priority for Toyota here. They want to get as many miles out of a tank as possible, and that requires very thin tires, which is totally understandable. But I still think that you can make them fill out the wheelhouses better than they do with the Venza here with the stock wheels. Either graphically around the wheel arches, you can create something to make the wheel arch look smaller, or the easier solution would be to just increase the wheel size. I think that's the solution that we're gonna go with right here. The second issue I want to address is the rear fender, the area above the rear wheel here. So the problem that I have with this is that it's generally, I think this is a good looking car. It's clean. There is not a lot of over styling, which is kind of not normal for Toyota to do, but there is some problem with the line flow here, in my opinion. If I was to design this car, these are the changes that I would do to it. I think it's too messy on the rear fender here. The area right above the rear wheel, it's where it feels like it's a knot. It's a tangled knot. All the lines just converge and they don't know where to go or what to do. And we also have this line that goes underneath from the bottom part of the car all along the side, and it goes into this knot, but it just doesn't follow any other curve. It just disappears and fades into this knot. And I think if you're gonna have that line there, I want to have that line be a not such a steep angle, and I want to have that line then connect to the line that you see in the rear bumper. So that would create some continuity in that line, and it doesn't pull your eyes into the knot as it does right now with this upward angle, and then you can't find that line anywhere else on the car. So instead of having it pulling your eyes into the knot, I want to lower the angle of that line and connect it to the rear bumper instead. So we create a nice line that goes from the front, lower part of the front bumper all the way down the lower part of the side of the car, and then raises up into the rear bumper. Kind of like an extreme example of this would be the Lexus IS. They have a very strong line, which is exactly the line I'm talking about here. And that's kind of the same idea that I want to create here, but not in a Lexus very pronounced way, more in a Toyota more subtle way. And then the third issue that I want to address is Lexus is the luxury brand of Toyota, but I'm starting to have a hard time separating the two. This to me looks a lot like a Lexus in the front. A lot. You have the same kind of grille treatment. The only difference here is that the top part of the grille and the lower part of the grille is separated by the thinnest piece of trim, which seems to be like some chrome part or something like that. But other than that, it looks almost identical to it could be a new Lexus, and this kind of creates a problem between the two brands. I think there should be more separation when it comes to the design of Lexus and Toyota, and I think Toyota should be the more subtle one, where Lexus should be more of an experimental design with these sharp, super overstyled cars, and that's fine because that's the style of Lexus. You can have a very stylized car, but you need to have a nice line flow in the car, and I think Lexus does a decent job with that, and that's kind of their DNA, so they should keep that up. But when it comes to Toyota, I wish they separated their design language more from Lexus in some way. I'm not sure how, but just make the distance between the two design languages longer than what it is right now. So my general thoughts on the Venza is I really like this design. I like the rear bar, light bar. That's a trend that everybody's doing right now, and it works well here. Looks a little bit like the Jaguar F-Pace. It has some F-Pace vibes in the graphics in the rear, but that's fine. It looks good. It's only the two parallel lines that you have, one in the bumper and then the line that goes above the rear windows. Those two are parallel, and that's what I talked about earlier before. So you have the top line that's parallel like this going above the rear lights. Then you have the bumper line that goes in the same angle. So what I want to do is lower the rear angle and have it connect through the rear wheel arch into the line that is the lower part of the doors. And I think that will add some more dynamic vibes to the car, and also get rid of that focus point that is the knot that's above the rear wheels. I hope that made sense. Let me know what you think about the Toyota Venza here. It's a cool looking car. I can't wait to see it out on the streets, because every time you see it in real life, there's always a completely different impression you get from seeing it in pictures. I'm TheSketchMonkey. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.